Okay, I'm just gonna
Oh, you're
get
trying to
everything all
like figure
set
out the
up
volumes
and
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Okay, so if I am right here, I'm gonna do a quick recording. Okay, let's just talk for a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you press around the screen just to make sure that like it's going around? Ooh.
Spend money on Chris's stream. Did you want game volume or do you like care? Because I
I don't.
normally play with it
I
off.
literally don't. Talk for a bit. Can you press around
Yeah, maybe it's nice to have a little bit of background
can you
noise.
press around the recording? Okay, let's just talk for a bit. Can you press around the okay, you are mega screen just to make
Oh, am I super quiet?
I need to turn you up.
Oh, I was gonna say I can like talk loud or
You don't have to
my mic all
juice
right.
you up. Okay, can you just talk?
Yeah.
Talk, blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Dude, V Premium is fucking busted.
Wait, really? That was VP?
Dude, Steam maintenance is like 7 out of 8. Like
Oh no.
top 8s. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that. Wait,
Dude, Steam maintenance.
that was VP?
Dude,
Wait, really? That was VP?
dude, Steam maintenance is like, yeah, I don't know. Some people get triggered when there's no game volume, so
Sucks to be them.
yeah. Got the new Pokemon game. Haven't been playing it.
Nice.
It's funny. Zach was like, "Which one do you want?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't know the differences yet. I know one's like newer Pokemon, one's like ancient Pokemon looking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know which one is which though. And he's
Oh
like,
yeah.
well, which one do you want? I'm like, I just told you, I don't know. And he's like, okay, here. He gives me a double pack. He's like, they're both yours now because you're indecisive.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
like,
The
I
real
don't.
question is, do you want the boy professor or the girl professor?
Oh, true. But Swirl Edge looks really cool in Violet. I
Oh
don't
really?
know. I don't know the difference. The Proto Man looking character.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like Pokemon. Yeah, he's
The
super
boy
sick.
professor? Oh my gosh. The real question is, do you want the
Because you're indecisive.
oh my gosh. The real question is, do you want the
Dope.
okie doke? Oh, it's already streaming. Who knew?
Oh, hey, let's go,
Hey.
boys.
So welcome to the stream. We got my boy, my buddy Kahi here, and he just started like what? You're three months in, right? Something
So
like
it's
that.
been like off and on playing, so I don't
Okay.
want to say I've been like hard
Not
playing,
not
but
like every day for 3 months, but like
basically ever since they introduced they had like all those crazy rewards like in the
mm,
summertime,
okay,
maybe like
for sure.
July-ish.
Got it. Okay, so it's been a bit, but like not super on and off. And then, so the goal of the stream is just kind of like get an idea of what's next because you want to like, yeah, obviously, eventually you want to get into the world of PvP.
Yes,
But
sir.
kind of like what's going on now and what
Yeah, I
where you
mean,
need to get at.
Silver
Two, let's
5.
go,
We've
let's
been
go,
we've
let's
been
go, let's go,
grinding,
Silver.
you know.
Okay, so I think the first question is where are you at on Wyvern because that's like the first thing. Because I
Yeah.
haven't checked in on it. I haven't asked where you're at about that.
So if we go to Wyvern, I haven't even tried 12 really that
Okay, so you're
much.
still hanging out in 11.
Yeah, I'm still trying to upgrade just like my team's gear and
Mm-hmm.
stuff because
That
it's
makes
not
sense.
quite all there.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah, I think that's a like kind of like the good spot to be at, like just because like it I feel like it kind of takes a while to get to 13 from 11. Like you really have to like focus,
yeah,
like everything you do is just got to be like, okay, I'm just grinding wyvern to get better at wyvern, and it's like not that fun, right?
yeah. I think the biggest thing is like because you can't like well now you can put it in the background, but because like you can't dispatch it like in other games,
Mm,
clearing it faster is more important to clearing the better one for me.
I
So
see.
right now it's kind of just like I'll throw it on my phone while I'm at work and just set it and forget it.
Right, right, because you just want it like gone. I mean, that's like debatable just because the drop rates of the gear
Yeah,
makes a big difference. Like you don't get, I think you stop getting lower than 85 gear on 13.
it's pretty
So
good.
you like just it might be faster, but you like have less like misses.
Yeah, I don't know. You could even get 85 year. I just assumed that it was all trash and you just had to craft it. So
Oh
that's
no
good
no
to know.
you should you can get good gear from just the drop. I haven't crafted in so long actually.
Oh, for real?
Oh, it's just because I'm lazy and like I kind of like I also like don't build characters very often, so I tend to
Hmm.
just like accumulate a lot of gear, and then by the time I want to build a character, it's like okay, I can like get most of it done with what I just have in the bank.
I see.
Um, okay, so I feel like the main thing to figure out. Oh, how are you on like the adventurous path? Because I feel like once you get Wyvern 11, like the adventurous path and stuff is like probably the next thing to be doing.
Yeah, or like 31 of 70 on the last one. So
Okay,
we're
you
just
can just getting there
going through
slowly.
it.
Also, it's like kind of awkward because like you have that like one random one that you haven't done yet, and then
Yeah, because
it's like,
Abyss is such a pain to do
oh,
sometimes.
I
But
feel you.
I
I
should
feel
just be
you.
doing it.
I stopped. I haven't done Abyss in years. I think I
Yeah,
did up to
that's
like
I think
100, and I was like, This is not fun for me. I'm just not gonna do it."
it's so funny. I was actually because we just got our other friend into EpicSeven, kind of. He's just trying it out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking about Labyrinth, and I'm like, I literally don't do Labyrinth because because it's so like
Oh,
mundane.
you should do a little bit of Labyrinth though. Do you know about Hoochie?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Do you do Hoochie?
I try to when I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. I feel like it's very helpful. Mostly for like
Hmm.
artifact charms for me is like one of those weird things where like I feel like people don't value them as much as I think they should.
Yeah, for sure.
So like even when like like when sometimes Hoochie will appear at the bar and
Hmm.
people are like, "Oh, that's Hoochie's scam shop. Probably shouldn't buy anything from there." I buy the artifact charms because I'm like, I hate artifact charms. It's like they're so hard to get come by.
Yeah, I'll
Um.
literally talk to my other friend who's been playing for a while, and he'll like tell me if it's worth it or not. So that's my
Hmm.
biggest communication.
Okay, let's see. I guess like let's see the what characters you've got, like what you've
Sure.
got, and like what you've got like 6 starred and stuff too. Yeah, just go to hero tab. Angelica. Okay, so we're lacking on the 6 stars. Is that because you just haven't you've been kind of like waiting,
Yeah, I haven't
or
really been like upgrading stuff. I think like I
that's
have
fair.
like more dog. Taylor told me not to use these, but I've been not really care. I know you can sell them for other stuff and it's more efficient, but
That's
for the sake of
honestly that's news to me. I just use them.
yeah, for the sake of progression, I've just been using them. Um,
That seems
I've been
like
working.
more. I'll be honest. It seems like more effort than it's worth.
Yeah, I
There's
kind of agree
for
with
me, I
you.
kind of just value like just getting things
Getting it
done.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like rather than jump. The only loophole I jump through is secret shop refreshing, and I hate it.
Mm.
Okay, so I think the key to getting into because basically what I'm seeing is that you don't really have any 6 stars, which is like that's the first problem.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Angelica is like that. She can like work for a while too. Like even just this is probably fine for PvP for a while.
Hmm.
So I guess how do I get into this? I think my opinion the best way to get into the game and to learn like PvP as well is like with standard. And so when people talk about standard, usually it means like you have like 2 DPS and 2 support units.
Okay.
And one of them will probably be a knight. I think it's like it doesn't have to be a knight, but it's just like kind of like easier and safer if it's a knight in the beginning.
Like an
Shit.
adventurer Ross or something.
Yeah, Adventure Ross is. Um, so I think, and then that also translates kind of like into like RTA, into World Arena as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like we could like go into like different play styles, but I feel like it's probably best to just like get a single team going, and then you can like figure out whether you want to start going faster or slower or just stay the same. Because
Mm.
and a lot of that depends on your gear too. Um, so where are you at in the story too? I guess we can go back
I want to say I'm on 2-9.
because I think you need to beat 210 to get Adventure Ross.
Yeah, so we're going through like I think this is 295 right now.
Okay, okay, that's pretty close then.
Or is it 395? I don't even remember.
Yeah, so
And
I
I
would
unlocked
like. I think you could actually get by like just doing. Oh yeah, actually, let's look at your specialty changes. Like, who do you have? I guess
well, I'm working on Montmorency right now.
Montmorency. Yeah,
I guess I can technically
yeah. Oh wait, it says you have to have cleared two 1010.
okay. So
Got
yeah, I'm
it.
on 2-9
Okay.
something right now.
I think the specialty changes are actually insane.
Yeah, that's what
uh,
I heard.
Not all are equal.
Hmm.
Um, but like I do think you could get started in PvP like basically just on the back of specialty changes.
That's sick.
So like right now, especially Arrowwell is like actually like a top tier top tier unit, first
Oh,
pickable
that's
like
cool.
most one of the most highly contested units in the game right now.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
which is like pretty crazy. Um, and all you really need to like you just need she's just so all the special changes are 3 stars, right? So you just need to pull one
Yeah.
of her, and then like you could get started on that. But like there's a lot of basically a lot of the supports like are pretty solid. Like Doris is
Mm.
good. Oh, you have one.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so like you could get her to level 50 and then start specialty changing, and like that would be pretty
Hmm.
good. Or you could just like go with Ross. I think Ross is also good.
Yeah, so what's the best way to get EXP on characters in games? Is it just farming, or do you just prefer putting penguins in?
You should just do penguins at this point because it's you're gonna accumulate penguins from just doing wyvern and stuff.
Okay.
I think that's the best way. I think theoretically it's slightly better to bring them into like a match, but then
Hmm.
you don't really like you're not really doing anything. Like you can't
Yeah.
beat wyvern if you don't have the 4 man. You're probably not going to be successful at clearing a lot of adventure stories if you only have the 4 man. If you only have 3 man right now, right? So I feel
Uh-huh.
like it's better if you just take the penguins from farming. Actually, do you get them from wyvern? I can't even remember.
I don't think so. I think it's just adventure.
Oh, okay. So I'm
Actually,
getting
no,
penguins from
you
side
gain
story.
EXP from doing wyvern, right?
Yeah, but no, no, you don't get experience from the hunts. I remember
Oh,
now.
okay.
I remember because I specifically was like, I'm going to use a 3 man team so I can still level people up. Um,
But it just doesn't work out that
but it
way.
isn't. It's just like kind of annoying to like have to stop your runs because you're like,
Hmm.
oh, my person like got to max level when I just want it to keep going.
I see. So I think one thing I wanted to know is like ideally, what do you think my first PvP team is gonna look like? And we can kind of just like look at the units so I know what to
For
work
sure.
on here.
I think you should just stick with having Angelica in.
Okay.
Just because you've got her 6 star, like, and she's like a pretty solid healer, and like, obviously, like the beginning, you're not looking to like compete with the best of the best, and like she'll cycle out. Like for a long time, I didn't use, um, like I used Ray, who is like not considered a PvP viable hero.
Hmm.
um, and then I would say either you're gonna pick Arrowell or Ross. Um,
Okay.
like either one of them works. The nice thing about specialty changes is that they're not gonna have they don't use Mulligora, so they're really easy to skill up.
We'll just throw Ross in here for now.
Um, so I yeah, exactly. Either of them works. I think that's pretty like they'll be good. I've basically like been ever since Ross got his specialty change, I've been like just using him over and over.
Oh, nice.
So he's like my favorite knight for sure. And then here we like kind of pick two DPS. So like in to go back to like what I started with is it seems like you got Spectre Tenebria from the is that right?
Yeah, we're still
From
working on finishing her out.
the thing.
The
She's really, really good. So I would recommend her um as one of them. And so what I did is I had Ross and then I used Falconer Clury, who's another specialty change knight. But I
okay.
don't she's not like very good anymore. So I feel like that's not really worth it. So this is kind of like, and then you'll also notice that that kind of combination is 3 supports and 1 DPS. And it made Arena like pretty slow, I would say, because the whole combo is that Falconer Clury can like defense break an opponent, and then Spectre Tenebria just like, obliterates them. So like the whole game, and then so basically my whole game plan was just kind of like hang out until like I had those two line up their S3s, and then I would just delete someone, and then I would like just keep doing that over and over again. So it was like not the fastest, but it was like not it, it did its job.
I see.
So I would say like probably do another DPS there. It doesn't. I'm like kind of looking at your people like if you
Yeah,
want
I
to pick like the
definitely
most, I would say versatile one is probably Apocalypse Ravi, just because she's also like one of like the queens. She's a dark, a little bit down.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah. She's just like one of the premier units in the game, to be honest.
Yeah.
So like this like team could probably like get you pretty far in arena. And all you'd really have to do is like 6-star them and then give them some gear and then just start slowly upgrading it.
And
And
then would
then
eventually we like swap out like Angelica for like DN or something.
yeah, like something with attack buff would like be huge. So like DN is really good there. Um and so that's just like I would say this is like a good starter team, but like you also might struggle because there's a lot of Molagor going on, and I don't know how much you have that going around.
Yeah, fair.
So like the other pick I would say for DPS that I think is like really, I think she's kind of like underrated is another specialty change, which is like it gets kind of tough there because then you're like, oh, there's a lot of farming Spirit Altar.
Definitely.
But it's Carrot, so you could sort to Fire Mage.
I'll find her past Ernie.
Yeah, so her you could maybe swap in for Apocalypse Ravi, and that would kind of like ease your burden a little bit. Aside from the fact that Ross and her will be the same color specialty change, so you're just gonna be like in Fire Spirit Altar forever.
Jeez.
But she's really good because she like burns anyone whenever they hit her. So in that way, she's kind of like element neutral because people can't really like can't not get burned by her because you just have, like when you hit her, you get burned. That's like one of the like I think tricky parts when you get started is if you have like a team and you're like, well, I don't want to make my team too weak against any one particular unit or one particular like element, right?
Okay.
So like if you made a team like this and then you played against like certain teams that have certain arena teams that have like ice heavy that are like ice heavy DPSs, like it could be a little annoying because of how like elemental advantage works, where you're gonna miss and then like Karis kind of like not gonna do anything, and so you kind of like have a dead unit. But like
yeah, it's like in Pokemon, right? When you like cover your typings. Basically.
Exactly, yeah. So like that's why it's nice to have the 2 DPS. So you're kind of covered no matter what. So like even if you have an ice heavy team, Spectre team, will hopefully pick up this later.
Yeah, and I assume that's why like ML units are so good because they're like basically like type neutral and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not just that they're type neutral, but that um, the RGB units or Covenant units, they tend
Hmm.
to, they're like kind of just put out there, I guess. But the ML units, the dark and light units, they are basically specifically designed for PvP.
I
So
see.
like their kits are definitely like oriented more towards PvP, where like the RGB units might be like, okay, yeah, this one is probably for PvP, but some of them are like, yeah, this is definitely for PvE, but like maybe we can kind of like work it into PvP.
I see.
Like I think this would be a good solid one if you're like struggling with the fire spirit altar, which probably is easier than the light one. You could swap Ras for Arrowwell, but like this would be like a solid one, I think.
Okay.
Solid team to start off with. Um, and then like the first goal would just to be to get them to all to 60.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, that I would say is probably like the way to start. I think if I
Okay.
were to start, like if I were like make a new account, I would probably like focus really hard on like the specialty changes, just because I feel like they're
Hmm.
guaranteed. You don't need to like wait for molas, um,
Yeah.
which are like even harder to get as a new player. Is really like
For
is
sure.
really tough because like some of the like mola income comes from just like being in a guild, get it from guilds, like you get it from like being able to clear all the side stories and stuff.
Yeah, getting like the transmit stones
Yeah,
as well and all that kind of other stuff.
yeah. So I think that's like the other part of making your first team too, is like you'd like something that is like solid to clear side stories with, because you get
Hmm.
like, I wouldn't recommend ever like skipping a side story if you can help it, just because you get like so much value from them.
Yeah,
And that's like Inspector Teenager is just like going to be good in all of them. So that's why she's on the team.
for sure. I guess that means I need to just like finish this out as soon as possible then.
Well, part of it will be like you'll get it by like finishing your team basically. Except the skill enhancement one is really really obnoxious. Uh,
Oh,
that one's that one's really tough.
oh, that's kind of annoying.
That one actually like might take you a really long time. So in that sense, like we should think maybe like a backup for Spectre Team Hebrea.
Oh, so I assume like all the region rewards is you just have to like go and get all the stars basically.
Yeah, but like they're much harder to get than the original story because like you'll have like ones where it's like, oh, you need to beat this with like a dark,
Specific you.
yeah, specific, not specific units, but like specific like combinations of units, and like you just don't have that breadth to be able to do that.
I see.
Yeah, because you basically need to be able to like cover any combination of two, maybe two elements and classes.
Hmm.
So if they're like run a knight and like two dark heroes, you got to
Okay.
be able to do that. But if they're like run a knight and like and then run a knight and a ranger hero, you got to be able to do that. You got to be able to run a ranger and an ice unit, like, or like two, an ice ranger and a dark warrior. I don't remember how everything how it works, but like
Hmm.
it's it it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, like this one I only have 1 star on, and that's probably because I just don't have like the
Yeah,
specified stuff, huh?
yeah. Let's see what it is.
Two or more heroes
One
survive, have
fire.
1 fire. Oh, that's not too bad.
No. They also I think made it easier, so I could just be like rambling off of stuff that I had to go through that's not
I
true
see.
anymore. Because they did introduce the like Moonlight Blessing, but then it was like, okay, but this is like really hard because you need like so many. Oh, it looks like they changed it. So I think if you have like one of each element hero, you should be okay
Yeah.
in terms of doing that, as long as like most of them survive. Yeah, like they
Hmm.
have. I just looked at like a chapter 7 one. It's basically the same. It's like three heroes survive and then one earth hero. Okay, that's much easier. So it's probably okay to stick
So
in
do
there.
I just have to do
You have to do
towards
it
all
all
chapters?
10. It's a lot.
So like I just have to complete unrecorded history basically.
Yeah, full completion. Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay.
But it's also free 5-star and
Yeah, it's not supposed to be easy.
I mean, you could just pull her and then be chilling too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. With my guild that doesn't do guild wars, so
Let's see. Do you have any other questions for now? I feel like that's like most of, because you're
I
still kind of
think
like in the phase of like you need to get more gear and you need to get them 6-starred.
I
That's
think
like the
that's the
keys.
other thing is like
Mm,
um looking at gear and stuff like that.
okay.
I guess it's like knowing what's good for what units and stuff
Okay.
like that. I'm
So
not sure if
ignore
there's like a
anything that's
paper
below
guide.
85.
Got
First
you.
of all.
Got you.
Um that's actually not completely true. So like scroll up to the top. So there's like the 75 gear. Like I see you have some of it plus 15. Like
Yeah.
the health set and stuff. Like those gears are actually like, because they like come with set substats, those can be really good. And
Yeah.
there's like 78, 75, 78 gear, but honestly I still use, and my one of my friends makes fun of me for it, but I'm like, hey, it works. It works. I can't be picky here.
Yeah, I think these are like the gears that are assigned to my Wyvern team
Mm-hmm.
actually.
Yeah, that makes sense. But basically, I would primarily focus on. I mean, apart from those like kind of like gears that are given to you at 75, you don't want to do anything. Especially now that you're on Wyvern 11, you don't want to do anything below 85. It's just a
Gotcha.
waste of your time. And then once you get to Wyvern 13, you won't get any gears that are below 75,
Nice.
which is nice. So let's see. The first thing, can I go? Can we look at your units really quick?
Yeah, sure.
I think that's like the easiest way to talk about gear, just because it gives a little context. Like Furious is like the biggest. I think he's the biggest roadblock for getting to Wyvern 13. To be honest,
Oh, he's just like not very good, or you
no,
need to invest more
he
into him.
needs, his gear is the most stringent, I think. Now it could be
Um,
different because of like, I don't know. There's that like new um the new Wyvern 13 thing. It's like pretty easy to get available. Oh, did they take it down?
what thing is that?
Um, yeah, I think that I showed you the picture before. It's just like, here's what gear you should use, what gears you should use for Wyvern 13.
Yeah, I have that saved.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it says Wyvern 13. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's just a
So
matter of like maxing the
okay,
like the gear
the
out.
biggest. Okay, so it seems like you probably have most of this set up except for Furious. Is that right?
I believe so.
Okay, let's just double check with movie. Check, like, let's just go through movie and then, so like he said, the attack years. Let me make my attack years. Okay, so movie's a little off, but because you should have more 75 attack gear apparently that you should be
Oh,
using
I
instead of the
should.
70s. Yeah,
Hmm.
that according, but it says, where do you get his gear from? I don't know. Oh yeah, there's that one. So you should have a whole nother set of those, I think.
Oh, maybe I just
So
didn't
if
have
you,
it at
yeah,
the time.
you should sort by attack set. So one up, it says set. Yeah, so it looks like you got some 70, like there's also that random 78 hat, but like these gears. So you can level those up and put them on. The guide says to use those gears the new gear on Secret and then move Secret gear to move.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can't show it on stream, but I'll send it to you.
Got you.
Because like the free gear they give you is like very it has a distinct look, right?
Yeah.
And so you can just DM that to you. And then Angelica's pretty much easy peasy. Okay, then Furious is the trick. So the Furious, I think the only problem you might actually have is what does his boots look like? Yeah, that's like really the only problem you have on Furious, I think, is his boots.
Okay.
Where the heck do you get that 88 conquest? Oh, there. So that's it. Okay. So
Do I need to do like labyrinth or something?
no. Okay, so it probably doesn't matter too much, especially if. Okay, so the main thing that's wrong with Furious is that his boots are not speed main stat.
Oh, I
So
see.
the thing you want to get there is, oh, and whatever. Yeah, so it shouldn't matter, but go to click off that and go to the like sword helmet shield above the right side, above the left side gear, and then go to the boots. Then we can sort by main stat speed. So Tierria's boots should probably go on him.
Okay.
Or just like get another like 85 speed set speed boots. Or really any 85 speed set speed boots, and you can like make up the rest. But based on the gear that you have right now, that's the easiest thing to replace. So once you get that, you plus 15 that, and then he'll be at like 204, right? He'll just be zooming.
Okay.
He'll be zooming. What they recommend is using a. You also need to get his effectiveness up. That's like one of the other issues with your Furious, because
Yeah.
he needs, I think, 80, 75, something like that.
Yeah. To apply
70,
like the
75
debuffs and everything.
to apply debuffs properly. So the way that they go about that is they do a conquest shop, which is arena. So that's why you need to do arena. But go back to probably the lobby, and I'll show you where to get that one. And then once you like get those gears geared up, okay, so go to shop. We'll scroll down to conquest. Or okay, and then you scroll down, going down, keep going. So the reason why like arenas are so important because you have access to all these gear.
Oh,
Or scroll
okay.
up. So like these boxes here. So if you click view the box, this victory season, view the box. The yeah. You can get all these gears for like real cheap. Like you see how you could buy like 4 of them, pretty much.
Oh,
So
I
this
see.
at the very bottom is a ring. This 88 ring. So if you can like hover over the stats, that's the necklace, the one below it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So it has effectiveness main stat. So when you fully level that one up, it'll be like 60% effectiveness, which will basically like hit your requirement automatically.
Oh,
And then
nice.
hopefully it'll roll into speed as well, and then you'll be chilling. So you might
So
as well
should I
just
just
buy this one right now and lock it, please. I hate not locking; it stresses me out. So you can
I
do that, get a speed boot on him, and then, like I said, the gear with Secret should go on Movie, and then Secret gets the new gear,
okay.
and then theoretically you can do. Oh, actually,
Take me.
let me look at your Secret. Okay, yeah. So you're kind of gonna have to do this a similar trick, where like you want to put an effectiveness ring on Mui. So like everything remains the same except the ring. Um,
Okay.
so I mean we have to look at Secret Gear because Secret Gear should be on Mui,
Oh, that's right.
right? But everything but the ring should go on Mui, and then you'll need an effectiveness ring, which there's like kind of a secret trick apparently.
Oh,
um,
there is.
there's like another way to get like a guaranteed effectiveness ring, which is in the automaton tower, but I don't know if you've done.
I don't even know what that is, so I
Okay,
assume I haven't done it.
let's go to battles, and then there's automaton tower. So it's kind of like a, you actually probably will have fun with this, but I don't know how much you can clear for it right now.
Okay.
And so this is basically the roguelike for EpicSeven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you just go and draft like certain
You go in,
abilities
you
and
pick
stuff
your
like
team,
that.
and then you get to like pick certain enhancements to your units.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, after every round. So then if you see the main reward where it has like the whatever year,
Yeah.
the set doesn't matter because you have the attack set. You have like 5 attack pieces, but this one will let you choose an effectiveness ring that you can use to get like 55 effectiveness.
Okay.
And that's like just like how you cheese out the effectiveness on movie.
Oh, that's sick.
Do you have, actually, I'm curious, could we like just see if you can do it right now? Do you have enough materials?
Let's try.
Or no, I meant the gear stuff. Yes.
Oh, to like move it over and stuff,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
just okay.
Oh, it's actually so unfortunate the free unequipped just ended.
Yeah, let me just see if I have anything in my box. Probably not.
Actually, you probably could get it if you go to the events, and then just like click ongoing events, and then do help novice or whatever, help from novice, I think, and then gifts from novice. Oh, you. That's a free unequipped. Okay, when you do that, you could just like mess around with it.
Oh, okay,
With the
okay.
gear, because it's really expensive to unequip stuff.
That makes sense.
So especially when you're beginning, you have to wait till those free unequips.
Dang it! I should have played more this morning.
It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, I think you need to try to get to Automaton Tower.
Okay.
I don't remember how far you have to get that piece of gear, but once you get that gear and then you get all the other gear plus 15 and in the right spots. So like the main thing would be you got the 88 ring, speed set ring for Furious. You're gonna get whatever this thing from Automaton Tower. Just make sure you choose main stat effectiveness on it. And then you move the gear around. Get Furious his plus 15 speed boots, speed main stat boots, and then theoretically, that's all you need to do Wyvern 13.
Oh, nice.
So I think that's actually probably your first priority.
Okay.
And then after that, then you could start working towards that other team talked about, which was you already have Angelica, get Ross and Carrot built up, hopefully Spectre.
Okay.
So do you know about the main stats on stuff, like the reason why you're not seeing any effectiveness?
Probably not then.
Okay, so go back out from managed equipment. It's way easier to explain if I. Okay, so you have your left side gear.
Yeah.
Which is sword, shield, chest. Sword is always flat attack. Can't change it.
So you can't. Yeah. And then you can't roll flat attack, right?
And then you can't roll a flat attack, exactly. So these ones are the left side gear is always like set. It's always health, and then it's always defense. The defense one, so the chest can never roll attack, flat attack or attack percent.
Okay.
The sword can never roll defensive stats, so like defense.
Gotcha.
Not that it like matters a ton, but like it's useful to be like to know that, so you're not like, well, why I'm trying to get defense on my character, and that can be like something annoying, like if you don't know player. But then the right side is where it gets both annoying and really nice.
Okay.
So everyone can get flat and percentage attack, defense, HP. Right?
Okay.
Flat attack, flat HP. I don't want to say it all, you know. Flat attack, attack percent, all that stuff. The only difference and then each one has like an additional value that you can get. So the necklace, which is at the top, can give you crit chance or crit damage.
Okay.
In general, crit damage is a little bit better because okay, this is kind of like a debate. It's hard to get high crit damage without like getting really good rolls. So a lot of times having a crit damage neck makes it easier to get hit like 250, 300% crit damage, especially at the beginning. That being said, it's more stat efficient if you have crit chance. But this is not something you really need to worry about right now.
Okay.
It's just like to know in the future, maybe. You know, bookmark it, bring it back later. The ring is the next one. This one can have effect resistance or effectiveness. And we know about effectiveness because we're going to try to get effectiveness rings on both Furious and Newbie. Which is going to solve all our debuffing problems. And then the boots have speed, and speed is like the best stat in the game.
Yeah.
And so that's why basically like apart from these characters, you probably just want speed boots on everybody.
Okay.
There are some exceptions to the rules, obviously, but like that's the big deal.
Yeah, I think the boots on Tierra are the one that I got from the event.
Yeah, if you can, I mean, you're probably using her to clear story and stuff.
Yeah.
So you might be able to, if you're doing enough Wyvern, you might be able to craft and get lucky into a speed stat main boot. But if not, you can move that over and then be like, oh, my area is just gonna suck a little bit more.
Yeah, I was told to never craft boots from the Wyvern stuff. Like there's a specific way you're supposed to do it or something like that. Like using one of the
okay,
like this one.
I'll give you the info there, which I understand, but like let me give you the whole story so you can decide if you want to. Okay, so go back to the lobby, and we'll go into our sanctuary or whatever, right? Okay, so there's two ways to get gear: is to craft it, and go back one. So you can either craft it, or you can go into the alchemist steeple, and you can do equipment conversion.
Okay.
Which you don't have unlocked yet. But basically, what the equipment conversion will let you do is you can say they give you these gems, so you can have a gem that's like, oh, speed stat main, and you get the speed stat main gem, and the speed stat main gem will let you say, I want to boot, and I want to give it the speed stat main gem, and then you have these other materials that you can be like, I want this to be guaranteed to be a speed set.
Okay.
So then there's no RNG of crafting or whatever and being like, oh, I hope I get a speed main stat boot. I hope it like, you know, because this is the right side gear. Not only do you have to get not only do you want to get the best substats, but you want to get the best main stat. And that's like a lot of RNG to deal with.
Yeah.
So that's why people would say that, is because it's also like the highest efficiency playback, because speed set is so good on so many characters. If you craft boots, you're less likely to waste it. So not only
boots, are boots able to see every single main stat?
Yeah. But it's much less likely to get a bad one, to get a bad setup, because you can use almost every single combination.
I see.
Because like if you get like speed boots, speed boots can be basically used on everything. So if you roll all damage stats, boom, it's a DPS gear. If you roll all tank stats like health, defense, effective resistance, or even health, defense, effectiveness, those can be tank boots. If you roll like something weird in the middle where it's like defense, crit chance, attack, that could be bruiser gear. So like people that want to be tanky but also be able to do damage. So like
I see.
The only there's like very few like sets of stats that you can get on a speed main boot that will be detrimental. But you like the chances that you have to throw that gear away is like pretty low, which is why like that's like the best use of that. But the thing is, to draw it all back, to get those equipments, so there's a material that you use to be like, hey, I want this gear to be speed set, right?
Yeah.
To get those, oh boy, you have to extract gear that you already own.
Okay.
And if you extract speed set, then you get speed set. You get speed set extraction gems, but I don't know what they're called. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
So you extract speed set gems, and then you use them to equipment conversion speed set stuff. So you can kind of like see it if you go into your inventory, and then like click on a blue piece of equipment. Go to the next one where it sees all your equipment.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so even this purple one, just click on that. Just any purple gear. And then there's this cube icon, that's extract. So then you'll receive, okay, there we go, equipment cores. So that will give you an equipment core for speed. But it's going to give you an equipment core for speed swords, right?
Oh, so I'd have to extract other speed
extract
boots.
a bunch of speed boots to be able to convert speed boots. And you might you're just kind of like relying on just randomly dropped speed boots, because like all this green stuff you can't extract. This you can't extract. No. You can only extract like 85 maybe 75 gears.
Oh, okay.
So like none of this stuff you can like really actually extract. So if you do that, then you'll get, I don't, just extract it right now. Excuse me. Oh, we got 7, right? We got to do that 11 more times to be able to convert 1 speed boot.
Oh, I see.
So that's why it's like, you know, theoretically that's the best way to go about it. But you do need to get those speed boots somehow. And
okay.
Yeah. So it's up to you whether you want to like actually, if you want to craft them, and then you're just like, oh well, I'll craft it and then I'll just extract the crap ones and then I'll be able to convert it to a speed boot later when I want it. Or you could be like, yeah, it doesn't make sense to ever do this, and so I'll just wait until I can convert a speed set boot. Kind of however you want to do it, I feel like, but that's like the where it comes from. It's because it's like so valuable to do an equipment converted speed set speed main boot. It's just how you get those materials might be from crafting those crafting them, so that it's like, feels like a catch-22 to me.
I see. So I should actually really be buying these from the shop as well then.
If you can. I mean, don't stress it too much.
I see.
Like right now, I don't think like you really need to be worried about those kind of things. Like you really just want to be like 100%. The first thing you should do is move around those gears and get your Wyvern 13 up, because that's going to make everything so much nicer.
Okay.
And then the next one would be focusing on getting 6 stars.
Specialty changes.
Get 6 star first for sure. And then when there's like, usually the last weekend of the month or something like that, they'll do an event where like Spirit Altar will be double rates, and then you just everything goes into Spirit Altar. You just like just your life farm. Your phone does not belong to you, it belongs to EpicSeven Spirit Altar. And you set I don't know if you use Leafs yet, but you can set your auto battle to like use Leafs, and then you can go all day.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying. Yeah, normally I'm like, it'll be paused randomly, and I'm like, either my phone's lagging or I'm out of stam.
Yeah, usually you're out of stamina.
Yeah, then you can't even claim the stem while you're in.
Nope.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so I'll usually set it to use Leafs to recharge energy on like hunt days, days like that, and just go hard. Yeah, that would be like what I would say is, because the 6 star like matters a lot, especially for PvP, and none of the units that like Ross is good, Parrot's good, Denny's good, like none of those ones you'll regret 6 starring, I think.
Okay.
Because I know it's also like very valuable at the beginning to have those, to be able to 6 star units. So, and then those ones will kind of like get you, I think that will be like let you like really get into PvP, especially grinding up arena and stuff, where like you'll see like you see all the gear that's in there, right? You gobble up that like gear.
For sure.
Because those gears actually might be like the easiest way for you to like start building characters for PvP.
Mm-hmm.
Just because some of them are a little suspect to be, some of them are a little suspect. They're real good.
Okay. And then like we don't have to worry about like cracking out the account until like we start doing the is it World Arena or
Yeah. You don't really have to worry about cracking out your account for, I think, until you like your, when would I start worrying? I guess like to talk about gear a little bit too. How I would think about like upgrading gear is one thing, like because right now like most of your gear is, it's kind of like pre-rolled stats for you, right?
yeah, just like random
Yeah,
like
so eventually you're
fodder
going to be
gear.
like, especially if you're not using the gear that comes in the arena shop, you're going to be like, okay, how do I roll gear? How do I get gear that I want? I
Mm-hmm.
let me know if it's not obvious, but I feel like the stats that you want for certain types of characters is like usually pretty obvious.
So I think surface level wise it's pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's certain like niche stuff where I'm like, okay, I know supports are really like intricate in what they need.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of them, I mean, I assume it's like generically, if we're to look at it, it's like speed, effectiveness, health, and then defense
Right.
or whatever.
That's pretty much
That
most of it. Like
okay,
really, I would say it's just speed and effectiveness, and then like the health and defense is just kind of like bonus.
okay, and then DPS is like attack, crit damage, crit hit,
Yep. And speed. Everything needs speed, so
and speed. Yeah,
speed is never wasted.
got you. But
Um,
then, is there like certain numbers where it's like, oh, your crit hit is so high that you're getting like diminishing returns on it?
there's no diminishing returns in the game.
Okay,
Um, but there's capped stats.
got you.
So like you obviously cap crit at 100. You cap crit
Okay.
damage at 350, but that's like pretty absurd for most people.
That sounds pretty hard to do.
And none of the other stats are capped.
Okay.
Um, so you don't really have to worry about like rolling too much of anything ever.
Got it.
You eventually will start worrying about rolling too little of something, but
Mhm.
at the beginning, you're basically just going to be like, hey, this unit or this gear has the stats I want. Let me just roll it, and as long as it rolls into the stats that I want, I'll keep going.
Okay.
That's how I would approach gear at the beginning.
Yeah, like so this one here I stopped because it's like not rolling anything that I
Right.
need.
You would want health and attack, and you pretty much never want it to go into flat stats either. I
Mhm.
would consider those dead stats. I'm a little greedy. I don't consider flat defense to be dead, but like it's not ideal.
I see.
I mean, they're obviously not dead stats because they're still useful, but like they're not nearly as strong as percentage stats. But I feel like percent flat defense is like the closest gap there.
Mhm.
It's like defense actually goes such a long way that people don't realize.
Okay.
Um,
Um would you say that my account is like where it should be for how long I've been playing or do you think I should be progressed a little further?
I f- I don't really know because they've made so many changes since I've started.
Mhm.
Um, but I would say that I think I had a friend who started maybe I think he's been playing a year now.
Mhm.
And I think he was starting to, he had definitely like gotten to Wyvern 13 by 3 months in. I would consider
Okay.
like you probably started, maybe have started more than 3 months ago, but because you haven't been playing on and off, like we could consider it 3 months or less.
Yeah.
Um, I would say that he got to Wyvern 13 around somewhere around 3 months. So I would say like that's
Mhm.
pretty on par.
Okay.
And then the rest of it, I don't really know where he was at with the rest of it, but basically from there on, it's just getting people 6-starred and gearing them.
Yeah.
And
And then
you'll
I
probably
guess
only be able to build like 1 unit a month. It's like
yeah, it kind of
just
takes a
an
lot of
estimate.
stuff
It
to.
takes a lot of stuff to do it. You could accelerate it a little bit if you wanted to. If you wanted
Mhm.
to be like, okay, you know what? I've got Wyvern 13, but I don't like gear is not your limiter right now.
Yeah,
Your
it's
limiter
like
is having 6-star unit.
I see.
And so if you wanted to kind of go another direction, like you have Vildred, right?
I do not have
You
Vildred.
don't? Okay. I was confused by like those other pictures.
Yeah, that's the rerolls for our
Oh,
friend's
okay, okay.
account.
Um, so like the flip side would be like using actually Tyria works too. Actually, can you scroll up to
Yeah.
Spirit Tyria? I can't remember what her abilities do. Yeah, I can just but she I think works as a kind of walker.
Yeah,
I
she does
remember.
like she does pretty good AoE damage.
Oh yeah, she blasts everyone her S2, and then if it kills
Resets on
everyone, it
kill.
resets cooldown.
Yeah.
So like if you wanted to, you could find a like an arena stage, and then you would probably actually swap her boots to attack percent boots,
Okay.
and then she's just and you don't have portrait, put her on like a damage artifact or something, and then or I mean that one might work. I don't really know.
Yeah, I'm guessing I'm also curious because I'm not too familiar with artifacts too
Hmm,
much. And it's like knowing like what's good and what's
for
like to
sure.
be used.
Okay, yeah, that's actually really important. 5 stars, keep all of them. There's some that you may not use, like Spirit Purification, not that great, but like you never know. And
Mm-hmm.
I always side on keeping stuff.
Okay.
So let's talk about 3-star artifacts first. So you can actually sort them. I think if you choose grade. I think you can. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I'm dumb. 3-star artifacts first. The ones worth keeping are as many Daydream Jokers as possible. Great.
Yeah.
The only other one, there's actually 2 here, maybe arguably up to 3. The Prophetic Candlestick has some niche use. It's at the bottom. You could keep some of those just for kicks. I actually think it's really good on Angelica for Wyvern, but I don't know if that guide recommended it.
Okay.
Oh, it recommends some other stuff. But like that's actually an option for her as her Wyvern tank. The other one is Timeless Anchor, which is slightly above Daydream Joker. And so this one, what it does eventually is it gets 50% chance to dispel whenever you're hit. So like some characters are like they're really good at like 1v4ing, and then when there's only one of your people left and they're just forced to hit him, then like it's really hard to like stun lock them because like they have a chance to cleanse out of it every time they get hit. There's like it has some niche uses there. I wouldn't say it gets used. So those are like
Okay.
I would say the best. The like the debatable one is Oath Key, um, which is right next to Timeless Anchor. This is the only debatable one because it increases hit chance, and sometimes you just need a unit that like hits things. So this
Okay.
is like things that give miss chance for evasion. Um, there's like some thief artifacts that give evasion chance. Some thieves that have built-in evasion. Um, Evasion is also for elemental disadvantage for Covenant heroes, RGB heroes,
Yeah.
and this can kind of like mitigate that. This is like you really don't need to use it, um, but like sometimes if you really need that thing and you don't have anything else to give boost to hit chance, then you can accept.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really the only ones that matter for 3-star artifacts. For 4-star
Okay.
artifacts, I think where you're at, you probably just keep them all. I think it's useful to have at least one maxed of every
Oh, so
artifact.
I might as well just like.
Yeah, yeah. You might as well just do that.
It also
I
clears
always keep
space, I guess.
I have one of every 4-star maxed, like max limit broken, just because I think like it's useful.
But is there times where it's like, oh, because certain ones, I know like Megara's is really good, where like I'm not supposed to like fuse it into itself.
um I
I like
think
Megara's and
there's
then like
very few that you want. Like
Tagahells.
that most of the time, especially because you're starting out, like even when you're starting out, it's better to have like a higher level one than to have like a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
The only ones is like, actually I don't think there are any that I would argue. But yeah, just like having one is nice, I think. You might not use it, but the fact that you have one limit broken on like on deck if you need it is
Okay.
So I would keep them. The ones that you want to keep, so start like having multiples of, um, are Aureus and Tehego's book mostly. Because Aureus is basically used on, yeah, Tehego's book is right in the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, this one is used on basically every mage. It's super broken.
Okay.
But like, so it's because it gives you 20 souls, so you can immediately soul burn like most things.
Oh, nice.
But you only get that when you have full limit broken plus 30 artifact, right? So that's why you'd rather have one fully like limit broken Tahegals versus like two 15 soul ones. Unless
Okay.
like, I mean, you could argue that since you're going to use Carrot and you have two mages on the team that we suggested, two Tahegals versus one and then another artifact might be worse, but I would just get one.
Okay.
And then Aureus is used on every night. It's a little bit below.
Oh, it's below. This one.
Yeah, this one. This is like the best night artifact.
Oh, nice.
It's a damage redirection onto the knight. As long as like they're there, they'll be helpful. Which is really important in a game like EpicSeven, and like also kind of like in Pokemon, right? Where like how does a tank do its job if your opponent can choose whoever they want to hit?
Yeah, that's fair.
And this is like kind of how you do it, by like having passive mitigation, where it's like, okay, I could go for the DPS, but like the tank is protecting it, so it's either going to take longer or I need to get rid of the tank first.
Yeah.
So those are like the two most important ones, I would say.
It's funny.
So
This
just
item's
like
kind of
keep
like
getting more.
Knight's Vow in League of Legends.
Mm-hmm. Um, Pretty good. There are some like useless 4-star artifacts, but like I said, I don't.
Might as well just keep one of every.
I'm of the opinion you should just keep stuff.
It's fair.
Hellcutter is also a really good one, but it's like pretty niche. Like there's some characters that need Hellcutter, but then like there are like only a few of them.
Yeah, I know like Rod, I'm not fusing into it because you can play like
Yeah.
2 rods on people. Taylor made me go hard for Spear of a New Dawn.
Oh, that's weird to me. I think he's a good artifact, but like, okay, I would say as a newer player, these artifacts are like not. These kinds of artifacts are really tricky and probably like not worth going hard on unless you have like a very specific use case for them.
I think it was more of he had it on the selection for the character and the artifact. You know the selection one where you could pick 3 heroes and their
Oh
artifact.
yeah.
So I think you just made me go hard on that one for like choose a hawk and is her name
Senya.
Sigurd?
I mean, this is Senya's artifact,
Senya?
so
Yeah, Senya.
yeah. I mean, those are like probably the premier characters right now. So if you wanted to say like swap out one of the DPSs that we talked about for like either of those three, like that would work pretty well.
It would just take a lot more
It
time,
would
I
just take a
assume, to
little bit
like.
more time just to have enough molas. I don't really know like how tight you are on molas. But like that's going to be like the tight part of it, just because you don't get those very often.
That is a great question. I don't even know how many molas I have, to be
Just
honest.
like click skill enhance.
78
You have
right
78.
now.
So you could actually build two characters um, with full mola with that. But you might not be able
Uh-huh.
to just because you don't have catalyst. This is like, it's just there's a lot of question marks that go
Yeah, and
into
then you
it.
have
You
to
know what I
like
mean?
farm the catalyst and farm the AP stuff, and yeah.
I hate that so much. Catalysts
I
are the
agree
bane of
with
my
you.
catalysts are the bane of my existence. To be honest, they're rough.
Yeah, because they're not easy to farm, right?
They're not easy to farm at
Is
all.
there a place where you go where like you can farm
You
multiple, so it's like more effective?
you can farm them, and so what you do is you farm unrecorded history, and
Uh-huh.
some of those stages will drop catalysts, but then you'll also get like adventure points AP, which you use at the shops to buy catalysts.
I see.
So you just spend a lot of time in there. I've started spending a ton of time in there on when it's event rate up,
Mm-hmm.
just because I'm like I have a lot of mola, I don't have a lot of catalysts. So like the number one thing holding me back from building characters is catalyst.
I see. So I definitely, so it's working on 6 starring characters.
Yeah.
Then
Um you might actually want to put like depending on how quickly you want to get into it, like get into like doing more arena and stuff. You could probably just like on skip on carrot and just use it to your right.
okay.
And then just like because she's already 6 starred.
Mm-hmm.
So like you really just like her gear is like it's hard because it's like for me it's like but
Mm-hmm.
it's just like just getting you started at the beginning, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I guess the takeaways from this is I need to move the gear to do Wyvern 13.
Yeah.
Then I need to 6 star more characters.
Yep.
And then work on specialty change.
Yeah. Move the gear, 6 star some characters. Um then
And then the
yeah, so
farming the gear just comes like naturally
yeah,
with it.
farming the
So
gear will just come. I would say we could like try to do one now, but like it doesn't really make sense because you're as a newer player, you're still pretty tight on resources, and
yeah.
you need to get those wyvern gears, get the gear for the
Dude,
wyvern team plus 15 more
gold
than
is
anything.
like water in this game. It's just like it's gone. It like
It's like water, but like also I have 174.
oh jeez. Well, like you can
It's
burn that
really bad when you're
170
new, but
million.
like when you're where I am, it's like not that big of a
I see, I see.
yeah. I mean, still, I'm like conscious about it because I'm like, okay, if I go hard on like crafting or um buying or moving gear around a lot without a fear unequip, then like it
Mhm.
will disappear very quickly.
Like you
But
just don't want to waste it.
yeah, but I'm like, I give kind of, I get to use it however I please at
Mm.
this point.
Do you know what I should pick from this?
Oh, totally depends on the characters. Like, it's not worth doing anything until you have those characters that you want to build.
I see. So I should save this for PvP. Like there's no point using it on like the Wyvern teams or anything like that, right?
Actually, it will help with the wyvern team, I think. Yeah, you want
And then how easy is it to like farm Hall of Trials?
you just got to do it. You just do it once every time it's up.
Oh, okay.
Get some. Oh, so you can actually try. It helps to get one for secret for the exchange. Good.
Do you know what hers is called?
I don't know, but I know what her face looks like.
I
It
also
also
know
helps
what
when
her
you sort by class, but for
right here.
Queen's keepsake.
So just get it because we're gonna get them anyways.
Yeah, you're gonna want one anyway, so you can just get it and like maybe it'll make you slightly faster right now. Woo! Honestly, not bad.
Is it random what you get here, or can you choose?
It's totally random.
Oh my god! And which one do I want? Like one
It
or?
says you want the extra bleed chance for debuffs, I think, but
And that's like the number 2 or whatever.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh, this is random.
it's random.
If
Yeah,
only you
there
pick.
was a way to craft them, but some of this stuff in the game I just don't want to do.
I see.
Some things are not worth your effort, in my opinion.
Got you.
I'm all about not optimizing the fun out of the game. That's one of
Makes it
like the
less
key
fun,
things.
right?
Yeah, because there's like so much you could do in this game, like so many things, like to like little optimizations you could do. But if you do them all, it's a grind.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's pretty much it. Like, there's definitely some like things you need to do, but it's like should be pretty.
Yeah.
Forward.
Just more grinding.
Yeah, welcome to the party. It does
Alright.
help when you like for me, I have when you eventually you'll probably want to come back to PvP stuff, PvE stuff.
Yeah.
Where like for me, I have a one-shot team for Banshee. But I don't do Wyvern. That's a whole nother conversation. But I have a one-shot team, so it takes me like a minute-ish per run.
Oh, so
And
you're
so
just
like it just goes by so fast.
That's nice.
Yeah, which is really nice because it's like I'm just all about like because I don't want to like my phone to be running. I want to like talk to people on Messenger and stuff. So
I agree with you. That's just why I like love using the emulator. So like
yeah,
anytime I'm playing at home, I'm like just have it on my computer
yeah.
running.
Cool.
But yeah, thank you again
Yeah,
so much for doing this.
I'm glad that we could talk about things and answer some questions and get you going.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we do a check-in. Maybe if you can pen me into your schedule on another day, we can
Yeah, for sure. I
see
think
where
like
it's
it
at.
would be good if we could do it more regularly. It's like just because EpicSeven's like a little bit slow, it doesn't make sense to do it weekly, I think.
Yeah, it's almost like I would say like monthly would have to
Yeah,
be.
at earliest. Like even for me, I don't think my account changes every month. It might be like, oh, I changed some gear around, like I found some like small improvements, or like I decided to change some builds up. But that doesn't like happen that often.
I see.
I've got some like I'm so close to being able to have some units geared, but I haven't I haven't even 6-starred them yet. I'm just like waiting as I'm like, do I want to build another winter? I'm waiting to pull Zeo because I don't like the current banner on him.
Oh, you just like don't like what's attached to it.
Yeah, because with the Mystic summons, they have you have the
It's like a
ML
big
characters and like
bloater.
those extra ones. It's like I don't want Urvalin, who's the 5-star there. He's like pretty decent, but I don't really want him. But if you see next to the 10x summon, there's like the arrow, the face, the bottom. I don't helmet with the arrow at the very bottom of the screen. Very bottom. Very bottom.
Oh, here.
Yeah, that shows you what the next rotation is gonna be.
Oh, so you can get like
And I'd
Chew.
rather get Shu, yeah. Alabastron is
Oh.
an absolute garbage artifact, I think. But we take it. They buffed it, but I think it's still pretty bad. But I'd rather get shoes on the off chance that I get a
So
5-star
because I
coming.
already have her though, is it more worth it for me to pull on this one, or do you think I just wait until the Chew one's out as well?
I think it's probably more worth it to pull on this one because you already have an Alabastron, and I already said it kind of sucks. But like, it
I
doesn't.
see.
Even if it sucks, it doesn't benefit you to have more than one. Like
Mm.
you're better off just like random chancing into units you don't have than ones you already have.
Okay.
I feel like getting to also like it depends on like how much money you're gonna put in, but
Mhm.
I'm operating on the assumption that you like me will not spend any money.
It's
And
like, if I see something that I consider worth, I'm like,
mhm,
yeah, okay, I'm fine with this.
yeah, but basically, I would say until you have most, if not all, the characters, it's you're much better off getting another character than like getting a duplicate.
Mm.
I think there's very few, if any, characters that I've gone for duplicates on, unless I like got it accidentally.
I see. Well, we're just yeah, Zio's so good, so
He
definitely
he's silly. He is such a
yeah.
struggle for me because I don't have the gear for it.
But that's yeah, I was talking to my friend about it.
Oh.
He's like, you're not gonna be able to gear him right now, but
Yeah,
like once you get into PvP, you are going to struggle with cleave, and like
yeah,
he will
he
help
will help you
you
so much.
infinitely.
He's true. You want to summon?
Do I
I'm
want
such
to
a bad
summon
influence to summon Zio right now.
right now?
Right now.
I don't even have a 10 full, but dude, we hit it on one, that would be so cracked.
Let's go. Oh,
Okay, I know
rip.
it's dead. Okay, we'll make it so it's a flat 140, you
Okay,
know?
okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah, normally I just save up for a 10 full because it's
More
like
satisfying.
it is. You see the gold thing because you have like a 1 in 10 chance generally of seeing like something decent.
Yeah, I get it.
Moonlight summons were almost like at the pity, so that's gonna be pretty
How
cool.
many more till you get? Oh, you have to like get. I have so many Moonlight book saved up, and I just don't know when I want to use. I'll probably
Oh,
use it
really?
before the headhunt ends. Have you been
Just
doing
so
your
you see
headhunts?
what you have.
Can you do your
Uh, I've
headhunts?
been I have been doing headhunt, just not as religiously as I wish I have been, but
Oh,
it's
okay, because
okay. We
I
should still
didn't
be
know
able to
you could
clear it
only
out.
do one per day.
Huh?
I wasn't aware the first couple, like the first week or so, that you could only do one per day.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And then like it wasn't until recently where I'm like, okay, wait, I have 60 days and there's
Yeah.
like 30 stuff and like the amount of times that it takes to get like resources. I'm like, I wish I just was
Oh.
doing weeklies while I was AFK, but it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that. Yeah, so I'm like, I'll probably just like wait until
Like
right before
Litica
this
is
ends.
already like a pretty good one if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty good. I think like, I mean, I don't really want to start the conversation just because it's like so far off, but like deciding how you want to like approach PvP will like completely change like what characters you want and are good for you.
Yeah.
Because like Politica is, I agree, is a good character, but I could not utilize her at all.
Oh, I see.
And that's also partially because of like because I don't farm Wyvern. I just can't. I
Oh,
can't support fast characters. And so
I
it
see.
changes like who I want, which has been like both nice and frustrating because like Winter is a character that needs to be fast.
Yeah. Do you
I,
think the do you think the shift in the meta is gonna make you farm Wyvern because you need to be faster?
I
Or
will never farm Wyvern because I'm stubborn at this point. Okay, so this is like this is all about like I think you've noticed like a lot of how I approach the game is through streamlining.
Mhm.
Like I don't want to do things that I find obnoxious.
I see.
So I'm like for me, I'm too deep in the Banshee hole. Because I put it when you when you farm a bunch of different hunts, you get a bunch of different gear sets,
Yeah.
and then inventory is full of a bunch of different gear sets. But my inventory is only full of 4 different gear sets, and so it's really
Uh-huh.
easy for me to like manage it all.
Yeah.
And if I start like if I farm Wyvern just for one character, then I have to like start managing all these like speed ones, and then I have these random speed gears that I don't know if I'm never going to use. that are just kind of like sitting around, and like I just don't like having that in my brain.
I feel
It
you.
like it just like feels more cluttered if I have more than one like type of gear in my inventory, and so I
Mhm.
won't bother. So I just like I did farm wyvern a bit at the beginning, and I've just been like trying to coast on. I've been trying to squeeze as much as I can out of like those speed gears that I have still, and it's been okay. We've been making.
All right.
Okay. Let me know how
I
things
guess I
go.
just yeah, I
I
just need
sent
to
you
farm.
the chart for like what gear goes on who
Yeah.
in the DMs again. You can just look that up and hopefully
I guess it's
crush Wyvern 13.
I guess it's just summon more dogs, do more stuff, and
Yeah, I think like if you really want to start getting in there in terms of like leveling up people, you could like use all your stigma
hmm.
in the sanctuary. It's just like get a bunch
Is
of
there a reason
dogs.
to like hold it at all or not really?
There's really no reason to hold it all. It's there's the only oh actually you need it for leveling up 3-star skills. So
Um,
for Ross, like if you click skill enhance instead of molas, you use stigma.
gotcha. But we need
Yeah,
to get them to 6-star before we even consider skilling them up, anyways. So
debate. I mean, you could do however you want, but like
yeah.
eventually you're gonna want to level those skills up, and you're gonna need stigma to do it. Um, but like what I'll do a lot is I'll either spend some time in like adventure mode or side story to get 2 stars to level up my 2-star phantasmas, or
Hmm.
if I don't do that, then you can just friendship summon them. But I don't know how much stuff you have.
Oh, I don't even know.
I don't know either, to be honest. But you can
So you
friendship
actually
summon and then get like two
good.
stars.
I only have like 40.
Well, those are the friendship bookmarks, different than
Oh,
friendship currency. You could click that, and then you'll do like a full and
oh,
summon or something. You'll like kind of see. I don't actually think it tells you how much friendships you have. It's really weird. I don't. I don't know. I just assume I'm drowning in friendship stuff at this point, so I just use it whenever. You basically only get 2 stars, but you just use them.
okay.
It's just when I forget to do adventures or something. I just want to like. I don't want to like fuse 2-star phantasmas into fuse 2-star phantasmas if I can.
Yeah, just because it's like
And then
inefficient.
I also some people will use the 2-star fodders to level them into 3-star fodders, and then use those for the 3-star phantasmas. That's too much.
That is too much work.
I'm not about that. It makes it slower, I'll admit.
It
I'm
does.
not getting 6 stars quite as fast as I could, but it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully this progresses as intended, and in a month we can start looking at teams or like looking at our team.
yeah, for sure. I think like the goal would be to um
Farm unrecorded history.
maybe I feel like the goal I would think is like by like the next month or month and a half would be like you have I I think like I don't know how much resources you have to level up gear, but like theoretically in the next week or so you should be able to week or two you should be able to get Wyvern 13 up. Fingers crossed. I have no idea how much resources you that could totally
Hmm.
change, but like theoretically you could do that. Um and then you probably get one or two, like let's say Ross and Carrot to 6-star theoretically,
Okay.
because it seemed like you had one. You're able to do like one 6-star right now, and
Yeah,
so
it looks like it.
you just need to get like one more. So if you get those, and then like, and then it would just become like a little discussion about like gearing those units,
Hmm.
and then what's next, basically.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Thank you
That's
again so
fine.
much.
I like this kind of stuff. Thanks for hopping on.
No, 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 for sure, for sure.
Bye.
All right, bye.